Okay, we're going to talk about functions in Python. Now, you should all know what functions are. You use them a bunch of times. A function is just a piece of code that you create ahead of time. You define it and decide what it does, and then you can kind of put it to the side and use it in your project over and over and over again. You will definitely need to be using functions for your final project, so we're going to go over that a little bit right now. So I'm going to ask you to work in the Python playground, and if you haven't done that yet, I'm going to show you how to do that. Move that out of the way. So if you just go to Grok Learning, the easiest way to find it is if you go down on the side and you click on Gym. It shows you the code gym that you're used to seeing, but it's going to say Python Playground. So if you click on Python Playground, you're going to see that there's actually two sets. One is regular Python, the other is Turtle. You can use them both. Start with the regular Python Playground. If you need to use Turtle, all you have to do is erase what's in there already, and it works the same way, but you may not get that far. So, all right, so if we click to open the Python Playground, you get a whole bunch of these little things that you can do. I've used a bunch of them already, so I'm going to go down to Playground 5, but you can go to, actually, I've already used Playground 5 as well. Let's go to Playground 6. So yeah, you can go to any of yours and just you'll end up with a blank page here. So I would start with Playground 1 for this exercise if you haven't used it yet, so that I can find it when I take a look at your homework. But they all look the same, and it's just what you're used to. You can write your code here and then run it and see what it looks like here. So for this particular exercise, what you're going to do is you're just going to create a function. So the syntax for creating a function is very simple. So we're going to start, once again, we're going to start with our little code that's going to say create function. Now in Python, you have to create the function first before you run the program. In JavaScript, the function was afterwards, or it could be afterwards. In this case, it has to be ahead of time, which actually makes more sense to me. So to define and create your function, it's just def. That's all you have to do, and then whatever the name of your function is going to be. So in this case, we're going to create a function that prints hello name, hello whatever your name is. So I'm just going to call it print name. It's going to be the name of my function. If you use more than one word, you have to use an underscore because you can't have any spaces. So it's going to be that's what I'm calling it. So def is the function to create the function. That makes sense. And then the name of your function, and then you have to use open and close parentheses and a colon. All right, so then when you hit enter, it's going to, now you're set up to actually create, write the program that's part of your function. So we wanted to say, it's got to say hello, whatever the username is. So it's going to go print, and then I'm going to print the word hello, because it'll say hello no matter who you are. I think I'm going to capitalize this. Hello. And then I'm going to be using a variable because we want this to work for anybody. And I'm going to use name as my variable. And that's it. So that's the whole function. So now we're going to use the function in our program. And we're going to start by, we have to ask the user their username. So it's just going to say, I'm going to use name as my variable. So name equals, I'll just put my input in there, input. And then what is your name? And there's my that thing. All right. Actually, if I'm going to do this right, I need to put my remark there. Okay. And then after this, at this particular point, I'm only going to do part of this exercise for you. I'm going to actually just run I'm going to now call the function, okay, because I've defined it. Now I'm going to call it. So I'm just going to say call function. And all I'm going to do is my function name is print name. So I'm just going to go print underscore name. That's the name of my function. Open, close parentheses. And that's all there is to it. So what I've done was I've created my function, and then this part is the program itself. All right, so if I click run, hopefully this will work. It says, what is your name? and then it says hello Beth, because that was what the function was. So hopefully that makes sense to you. It's very simple. We'll go over it again. You're defining your function up here. You're giving it a name. It's whatever it is. This is the name part. And then you have to end it with an open close parentheses and a colon. And then you have to say, well, what is it that the function does? Well, in this case, this is what we wanted the function to do. But once again, it'll do whatever it is you program right here. And then under there, you write your program. And within your program, when you call your function, all you have to do is put the name of the function, open and close parentheses, and then nothing else. And it will work. So that's how you do it. The assignment asks you, let me pull this back so you can see it again. The assignment asks you to do just kind of what I did. Make a program that says, hello user, the user's name, whatever it is, just kind of like we just did. But this is what I want your final output to look like. I want you to be calling your function first. Then I want you to do a loop to print the letters of the name, and then call your function another time, and then end it by just having it print bye-bye. So the idea here is you're going to be calling your function twice in your program. And if you recall from freshman year, I made a big deal about using your function at least twice in a program. Otherwise, it was kind of a waste of time. So hopefully this is simple, and it should only take you about maybe 5 or 10 minutes to do the whole thing. Okay, maybe 15. And if you have any questions at all, make sure you let me know. I'm happy to help.